more importantly, to work alongside of so many of you for so many years. I am thrilled, truly thrilled, with the progress we're making here at Temple University, and I know that all of us are energized each day by the drive of our students and the dedication of our faculty and staff. When I consider the state of the university, what comes immediately to mind are the countless interactions I have with our outstanding faculty members, our dedicated staff, our talented students, and our loyal alumni. I listen to your aspirations and your challenges, your suggestions and your complaints, your achievements and your disappointments. Most of all, I witness your successes and the tangible results of all of your hard work. Seeing you, your energy, and your commitment, I know that Temple University is thriving. In fact, it's not an overstatement for me to say that in my more than 42 years at Temple University, there has never been a better time to be a Temple owl. Day in and day out, you continue to live up to and extend the vision of our founder, Russell Conwell. Russell Conwell saw the pursuit of knowledge as the quickest path to opportunity. Conwell dedicated 4 decades of his career right here on Broad Street. Many of you are familiar with Dr. Conwell's Acres of Diamonds, the speech that he delivered thousands of times, including in this building. In it, he makes the case that wealth and opportunity aren't something you need to travel to the ends of the earth to find. You can apply yourself to acres of diamonds right here under your feet. You may know the conclusion of his speech. Let me read it to you. To be great at all, one must be great here, now, in Philadelphia. He who can give to this city better streets and better sidewalks, better schools and more colleges, more happiness and more civilization, more of God, he will be great anywhere. Let every man or woman here, if you never hear me again, remember this, that if you wish to be great at all, you must begin where you are and what you are in Philadelphia now. These words of our founder still ring true today. In that spirit, Temple and its students did become great in Conwell's lifetime, and now we are reaching even greater heights as we build on the wisdom and generosity of our predecessors. In fact, as I said, this may be the most exciting time to be on Temple's campus, not only since I've been here, but maybe even since our founding, thanks to a number of major milestones. First, let's talk about our students. Clearly, Temple is a place where students want to be. 1 in 7 college graduates in Philadelphia were Temple made. And overall, worldwide, we have well over 300,000 alumni. But lately, we've even picked up more steam. In the past 3 years alone, we've seen the largest numbers of applications and enrollments in Temple's history. Last year, for the first time, our student body exceeded 40,000 students, and this year, we are over 40,000 again. And that's not even counting the some 1,400 students that are in Japan at our Japan campus. And last year, we graduated our largest class ever, over 10,000 students, now alumni. To help with our influx of students, our outstanding provost, Joanne Epps, who's right here, recently appointed Sean, yes, let's hear it for our provost. She recently appointed Sean Abbott as our new Vice Provost of Admissions, Financial Aid, and Enrollment Management. Sean joins us from NYU, I call that trading up, and is working to enroll our next generation of owls. I want to say to Sean, I don't know if you're here, but Sean, where are you? Welcome to Temple University. Where are you? Our students are laser focused on limiting their time to graduation with our Fly-In 4 program, which is really unparalleled with anything I've ever seen before. 93% of our class of 2020 is committed to Fly-In 4, up from 88% the previous year. And we've had our first full class graduating last May. In fact, 124 of our students actually graduated in 3 years, thanks to advanced placement credits, summer school, careful planning, and good old-fashioned hard work. Of these who graduated in 3 years, 2 of them graduated with master's degrees in their 4th year. Christine Mendenhall from our College of Engineering and Madeline Clugston from our College of Liberal Arts. I'm pleased to say that both of them have already started jobs in their desired fields. I don't know if they're here, but I'd like to say well done. Let's congratulate Christine and Madeline. This past year was truly a historic one for our students. Many of you heard about some of the Temple firsts our students achieved. Our first Rhodes Scholar, Hazim Hardiman, has made us all and has made North Philadelphia proud. He grew up just blocks from where we are right now. He is a wonderful example of how a partnership between a community college, the Community College of Philadelphia, and Temple University, and a dedicated student can result in a magnificent achievement. On Saturday, he departs for England as he begins studies at Oxford University this year. Let's hear it for Azim. Then there's Marcus Forst. He was our first Goldwater Scholar, recognized for his research in physics. The Goldwater Scholarship has been called the Rhodes Scholarship of STEM. Congratulations to Marcus. And for the first time, Temple was named a top producer of Fulbright students. In fact, last year, we had 11 Temple students or recent alumni who were granted Fulbright scholarships. These are just a few of our great achievements of our students. Congratulations to all of our students for their many accomplishments, and especially thank you to our faculty for their amazing, amazing mentorship. We are also proud to have started a national trend with our You Are Welcome Here campaign. It began as a welcoming social media campaign to let international students know that they are welcome here at Temple University. Then, hundreds of institutions followed our example. And now, due to the great work of our international affairs operation and so many of our faculty, the You Are Welcome Here program has evolved into a scholarship program for international students at 57 colleges and universities nationwide. As we continue to welcome large numbers of both domestic and international students, it is important for us to remember that many of these students live in the neighborhoods adjacent to our campuses. In a welcoming spirit, it is important for us to live our values, I encourage all of our incoming and continuing students to remember to be respectful of each other and to be respectful of our nearby residents. We have wonderful, wonderful neighbors in North Philadelphia, many of whom are long-term residents. We are proud of our many partnerships with our neighbors. Respect for our neighbors and their neighborhoods is the responsibility of every one of us. We expect the highest standards of behavior of our students every day of the week, and I'm confident this will be the case because our students always come through. Our students are the best. In fact, as we celebrate our students, we also have to recognize that some of our students face daunting challenges, daunting personal challenges. We are all aware of the current epidemic of opioid abuse in communities around our nation. In order to address this matter on our campuses, last April, Provost Epps and I formed a task force on opioid and related drug addiction and recovery support. This task force is chaired by Dr. John Daly and Dr. Ellen Unterwald, both from our Lewis Katz School of Medicine. This task force is made up of faculty and administrators from across the university and a student representative. This task force is expected to make recommendations later this year on how we can best help students avoid addiction and support students in recovery. I want to thank Dr. Daly and Dr. Unterwald for their great leadership on this very important matter. I saw Dr. Unterwald here somewhere. Could you maybe stand up and let us just say thank you? Where are you? I also want to ask all of our faculty and staff, please help us look out for any students in need because of addiction or other matters. Make use of our resources to help, including connecting students to our counseling center and other student services. If you don't know who to contact, then please get in touch with our Dean of Students or our Vice President for Student Affairs. They will help you, and they will help our students. Another health matter is also worth mentioning. In spring of 2017, we created a presidential smoke-free campus task force to address issues related to tobacco use on campus. The chair of this task force is Dr. Laura Simonoff, who is Dean of our College of Public Health. This task force has completed the first phase of its work, including recommendations for making us truly tobacco-free and smoke-free across all of our campuses. Over the next few months, you will be seeing a systematic rollout of measures to be implemented carefully and compassionately to help all of us to achieve this goal. I want to thank Dean Simonoff and the members of the task force for their terrific work on this. Also, let me salute our students who continue to mount initiatives to make us proud. For example, Temple Student Government has made campus safety a priority in its platform. It has raised the profile of counseling resources and has organized important events like Sexual Assault Prevention Week. That engagement by our Temple Student Government is crucial for us to make progress on these important issues, and I'm optimistic about further progress we can all make together. I'd like to, at this moment, also recognize the people who work every day to keep our students and our community safe. The 130 police officers, the 65 full-time security officers, the security personnel from Allied Universal, and the many support staff. Campus Safety Services just celebrated its 50th anniversary. I want to say congratulations and thank you to Executive Director Charlie Leone and to his entire cohort of dedicated police and security personnel. You are the best. You are there 24 hours every day, all day to protect and serve. Thank you for all what you do. Let's talk about another issue of interest to students, tuition. Many of you know that we work hard to keep our tuition low compared to the tuitions of similar institutions. One of the most important factors in keeping our in-state tuition low is our Commonwealth appropriation. We are so grateful to the Commonwealth for its support for Temple University. Thanks to their annual contribution in appropriations of about $155 million, thanks to that contribution and to the ongoing efforts of Temple advocates, in-state students each pay $12,000 less in tuition than their out-of-state counterparts. This has enormous, enormous impact on our students and their families. Think about it. Over the course of 4 years, that means a savings of over $48,000. In many cases, this in-state discount makes the difference between coming to college or not attending college. The alternative to state funding is excluding many students from higher education and saddling our parents and students with tens of thousands of dollars in additional debt. No one here wants that. Every year, the university provides testimony in Harrisburg to make the case that keeping tuition low is the right thing to do for our students and their families. We underscore the importance of our mission to remain accessible, to remain affordable, to remain diverse. We also make the case that in addition to the benefits to our students, there is also a substantial economic impact to the entire state that makes this a great investment with a fantastic return on investment. In fact, according to an economic study by an independent group, Temple University and Temple University Health System combined have an economic impact on the state in 1 year, last year, of over $7.5 billion, supporting more than 43,000 jobs and generating some $205 million in tax revenue for the state. This is an independent research analysis. That's an excellent return for the state, and it's an excellent return for our families. We need your voices, as many voices as possible, our thousands of alumni, everyone at Temple University, to remind our representatives that our Commonwealth appropriation is essential to our state's future, and that it's also essential to our state's families. Now let us talk about our faculty, our research, and our programs. We have a university that Russell Conwell could only dream of when he began teaching 7 persons in his study in 1884. He set the vision in motion of a greater future here. Again, Russell Conwell's words: better schools and more colleges, more happiness and more civilization. Today, our faculty and research are spread across 17 schools and colleges up and down Broad Street. We've had a 50-year presence at Temple University, Rome in Italy, and 35 years in Japan. Some of our schools are celebrating milestones this year. The Fox School of Business is celebrating its 100th anniversary, and the College of Science and Technology is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Let's give a great hand and congratulations to both of these great schools. Over the decades, our learning environment has drawn movers and shakers, including US presidents like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who dedicated Sullivan Hall in 1936, and including the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., who, right here in this room, called on students to take action against racial injustice in 1965. Indeed, we have attracted some of the very best people to Temple University, and that includes our outstanding faculty. We too, all of us, have been drawn here to shape tomorrow's leaders. Today, the successes of our faculty can be seen in many ways. In the high demand for a Temple education, in the accolades that our students give about the teaching of our faculty, in our record graduation numbers, and in the impressive research that our faculty are conducting. Let me just give one example, because in many cases, we see faculty actually collaborating together across disciplines and fields and schools and colleges. For example, an innovative new clinical trial for dental anxiety combines the expertise of our professors from the psychology department of our College of Liberal Arts and from the Kornberg School of Dentistry. Their work aims to make dental care more accessible to some of the most anxious patients. Together, they earned the largest dental-related National Institutes of Health grant we've ever received. I want to say congratulations to Deans Ahmed Ismail and Richard Deeg, and to our researchers leading the clinical trial, Richard Heimberg and Marisol Telez Merchan. Congratulations to all of you. That's an amazing accomplishment. We also have 2 faculty members who were awarded prestigious Guggenheim Fellowships. Congratulations to religion professor Jeremy Schipper and Laura H. Carnell Professor of Dance, Mark Franco. And congratulations to Sarah Goldert-Rabb of our College of Education, whose work on food and housing insecurity in higher education earned her an Andrew Carnegie Fellowship, Temple's very first. Well done to all of them. Each year, Temple honors outstanding faculty members who demonstrate the highest levels of excellence in teaching, research, and creativity, as nominated by students and colleagues. Our 2018 outstanding faculty include the following, and I'll just go through them very quickly. Great Teacher Award winners, Bill Stull in our College of Liberal Arts, and Amy Goldberg of the Lewis Katz School of Medicine. Dr. Goldberg is also our outstanding chair of surgery, and she's a fixture in our Temple University's emergency room, saving lives daily. 3 faculty received major research awards. They are Jan Krzyzwicki in our Boyer College of Music and Dance, Mark Salzer in our College of Public Health, and Jean-Pierre Issa in medicine. 5 faculty received the Lindback Distinguished Teaching Awards. Robert Bedeker of medicine, Deborah Drabeck of liberal arts, Margaret Foley of public health, Crystal Harold of the Fox School of Business, Tom Lynn of the Beasley School of Law, and David Pasbrigg of the Boyer College. To each of these awardees and to all of our outstanding faculty, on behalf of the entire university, I want to thank you all for your dedication in your areas of expertise and your great dedication to our students. You make us all proud. To all of our faculty, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best. I would like to also recognize the leadership of the interim dean of the Fox School of Business, Ron Anderson. He is doing a masterful job in providing a steady hand in working closely with the school's faculty, students, and alumni. We are all so grateful for all he does, especially in his focus on students. Thank you, Ron Anderson. This past year, when issues with the data integrity of our U.S. News rankings in Fox came to light, it was essential that we get to the root of the problem and take action. Ron has been instrumental in ensuring that we continue to execute high-quality programs for our students as we resolve this complicated situation. It is most important to recognize that the excellence of our faculty and the excellence of our educational programs continue in spite of any misreporting of data. Excellence, not rankings, must drive our priorities. I would like to also recognize Vice Provost Jody Levine-Lofgraven, whose team in institutional research has been working diligently, including evenings and weekends and even vacation days, to verify the quality of our data now and going forward. Thank you, Jody, and thank you to that great team in institutional research. I believe, and Provost Joanne Epps believes, and Dean Anderson also believes, that on this issue, there is only one way to regain credibility and the faith of our students. We must be as transparent as we can about anything we find, and we must be equally clear about how we are making things right. I also want to take a moment to recognize the importance of the work of the Temple University Health System. As one of the nation's most respected academic medical centers, the Temple Health System is now home to more than 1,000 physicians and scientists who do amazing, amazing life-saving work each day for thousands upon thousands of patients. We started much smaller in Russell Conwell's days. Our health system began modestly in the 1890s when Conwell and a member of his church organized a 20-bed charity hospital on Broad near Ontario Street. It was originally called Samaritan Hospital because of the Good Samaritan volunteers who spent their time and donated their time. In 1901, Conwell opened our medical school. Unlike other medical schools in the region, our medical school was geared to working people and taught its courses at night. And unlike other schools, our program was co-ed and accepting of people of all races and religions. When it opened, Conwell's skeptics told him, "It will kill Temple." Conwell set out to prove them wrong, and he did. Finances were always thin in those years, volunteers were common, and eventually a state appropriation helped us terrifically. And now, what started small has expanded to 5 locations that we know today. Currently, Temple Health again faces significant financial challenges. These challenges are primarily due to the fact that Temple Hospital is proportionally the largest provider of health care to Medicaid patients. In fact, Temple Health last year provided $70 million of charity care to those who are most in need. $70 million. We are essential to the health of North Philadelphia and this entire region. We know that more must be done to maintain a viable and sustainable healthcare enterprise in a highly competitive and volatile market. This summer, the university announced that we hired a team to explore financial options, including restructuring and the possible sale of our Fox Chase Cancer Center and Jeans Hospital. As we explore these options, we are committed to ensuring that Temple remains a highly respected academic medical center that serves the region, especially North Philadelphia, and remains a leading provider of medical care to an underserved community. I want to thank everyone in Temple Health for all of what you do for the region, for North Philadelphia, and for all of the thousands upon thousands of patients that you serve. Thank you, Temple Health. I'd like to also talk about our home here along North Broad Street in Philadelphia and the role we play in making our community and our campus great. Being great in our time, as Russell Conwell put it, meant this, and these are his words: better streets and better sidewalks, better schools and colleges, more happiness and more civilization. We have all witnessed the Renaissance on Broad Street between City Hall and Temple. Some of it our doing, some of it the hard work of community groups, some of it thanks to city investment or business stakeholders, and much of it a combination of all of these. At Broad and Girard, we opened the Temple Sports Complex, which is now abuzz with athletes from our soccer teams, track and field, field hockey, and lacrosse. And local neighbors use it regularly. We also announced a plan to sell a piece of land on that location to the only majority African American building trades union in this region. The trades union is currently working to relocate its headquarters from the suburbs to a $25 million facility right there at Broad and Thompson, and much closer to its workers in this area. We are so pleased with our long-standing partnership with this union. I'd like to recognize a couple of our leaders doing important work in our community. Shirley Moy is leading our North Philadelphia Workforce Initiative to help train and connect nearby residents to employment opportunities. The first phase of the Workforce Initiative, launched in July, thanks to the support of the Lenfest Foundation, has begun, and more is yet to come. We are so impressed with this initiative, which truly will help reinvigorate the jobs potential for our North Philadelphia neighbors. I want to thank Shirley Moy. I know you're here somewhere, Shirley. Shirley, thank you for all that you do. Jamie Bracey, director of our Center for Inclusive Competitiveness in the College of Engineering, was just named a change agent by the Philadelphia Business Journal for her work connecting Philadelphia public school students to opportunities in STEM fields. What Temple University does in combination with our neighborhood schools is amazing, and I want to thank Jamie for all you're doing. Jamie, thank you. Temple University has been listening to concerns of nearby residents so that we can address them. In one recent example, we took on aggressively the problem of trash caused as our students move out of their residence and as new students move into their residence in the adjacent neighborhoods. We partnered with the city and nonprofits and employed our own resources to concentrate cleanup and trash removal near our campus. The concern had been that some students would empty the entire contents of their apartments onto the curb as they moved out, overwhelming city trash trucks and the neighborhood alike. Bill Bergman and I walked the neighborhood during move out, and we were just amazed and disappointed in just how much trash had accumulated on the streets. And of course, these are the streets of our neighbors. So we went into action. An action plan has been implemented with additional resources dispatched. We secured 3 city trash days in a single week instead of 1. We engaged a number of community helpers to help us address the trash problems, and we continue to partner with local community groups to lay the groundwork for a new special services district to address quality of life issues like this for our nearby residents. Our residents deserve it. They deserve the best. They are the best. We are moving aggressively to give them the best. I couldn't be more proud of all the work that we're doing on campus. And while our Commonwealth appropriation helps provide a discount for state tuition, the generosity of our trustees, our alumni, and other donors deserve much of the credit for producing the funding to support scholarships, faculty, programs, and facilities. Russell Conwell believes strongly in an ethos of giving back. rather than hoarding wealth for his heirs. And his skill in rallying donors helped build this building, among others. In that spirit, our alumni and trustees are helping us realize our greatest ideas and our greatest ambitions through their philanthropy. In fact, I'm thrilled to point to new milestones in alumni giving. 1 year ago, we announced that our donors hit a new record of more than $90 million in fundraising for that year. That was incredible. This past year, we hit an all-time high, nearly $98 million. Thank you to all of our donors, as well as to the many professionals in institutional advancement, in the schools and colleges, and across the university who are responsible for fundraising. Thank you to all of our great fundraisers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That giving has a huge impact on the campus that we call home. You've seen that impact. An 8-figure gift from trustee Steve Charles is helping us build our $170 million state-of-the-art Charles Library, which will soon be the breathtaking centerpiece of our campus. Donations have helped us create and transform iconic places on campus, including Morgan Hall, Founders Garden in O'Connor Plaza, the Bell Tower in Lenfest Circle, our athletics fields, and so many other buildings. These spaces we create today are where we make our memories of tomorrow. When I talk of giving, I want to give a special shout out to our Board of Trustees. Led by Chairman Patrick O'Connor, our trustees have played a crucial role in securing millions of dollars from the Commonwealth and from individual donors. Moreover, as of the end of the 2017-2018 fiscal year, the members of the Board of Trustees had given, as of that time, a total of $127 million of their own money to Temple University. I want to thank our trustees for that great. That's true leadership, true leadership. One generous trustee, Jerry Lenfest, passed away this year. He was a legendary member of our Board of Trustees, whose generosity will ensure that his name lives on at Temple for decades to come. I'll give you just one example among dozens of how he made a difference for our students and for our university. 4 years ago, when the university announced the tough decision that 7 athletic programs were scheduled to be cut, Jerry and his wife Marguerite stepped up to save our women's rowing and men's crew programs and completely renovate our boathouse on the river. As a direct result, our teams are thriving today. And in fact, this past summer, the men's crew team competed for the first time in 25 years in London at the Henley Royal Regatta, which is the World Cup of rowing. This was due to the generosity of Jerry Lenfest and his wife Marguerite. Jerry will be sorely missed. In many ways, our sports programs are how our alumni display their Temple pride and stay connected to us. I am so proud of our student athletes, their coaches, and their staffs, and the staffs that provide them with support. Overall, our student athletes last spring had a GPA of 3.19 overall. Now, using the NCAA's measure, what's called Academic Progress Rate, APR, using that as a measure of progress, and it's really a measure of progress towards graduation, Temple was second highest in the nation of all the football bowl subdivision institutions, with an average single-year APR of 996, which means we take our student athletes and lead them towards graduation. And of Temple's 19 sports, 14 of those sports had perfect APRs of 1,000. That is amazing. We are all so indebted to the athletic staff and coaches, our faculty, our academic advisors and tutors and support staffs for their work in ensuring that academics are emphasized in all of our sports. While we're on the topic of athletics, there will be more to come this year about our proposed on-campus multipurpose facility, but I'd like to underscore 4 important points to correct some misinformation. First, we are committed to building a facility that is good for the neighborhood, not just for Temple. Second, the cost of owning our own Temple-made stadium would be significantly cheaper than renting as we do now. While alumni giving and naming rights would help, our stadium would be mostly funded by money we would otherwise be handing over to our downtown landlords. Third, we would propose to build on our own land that already has athletics fields and requires no increase beyond our borders except for the closing of a block of 15th Street. Fourth, let's all recall that we've done this before. We have a 130-year history of building large venues along Broad Street that bring many of the greatest scholars, community leaders, musicians, elected leaders, luminaries, and athletes. For example, this building that we're in now, the original Baptist Temple, and now our Performing Arts Center, has seated as many as 4,000 people. McGonigal Hall, across the street, has seated nearly 4,000 also. The Leocora Center seats 10,000 for events that range from basketball games to concerts like Bobby Dylan and Kanye West to graduation ceremonies each year for ourselves and for local high schools. Each of these venues is just feet away from the proposed 35,000 seat facility, and they have all proven to be essential parts of our Broad Street fabric for decades. These venues have all sparked local retail establishments that have created jobs and provided services and amenities for our neighbors and for our students. We have every intention of making any new Broad Street development for any purpose in scale and character with our history, our neighborhoods, and a welcoming venue for all to attend. At the end of the day, we want to continue to bring our alumni and the public and everyone on campus, and we have a reasonable plan for doing that. Now, I'm personally rooting on all of our student athletes, both for their performance on the field and especially, and this is what's really important to me, their commitment to academics. I will readily trade a W for high academic standing every single day, and our student athletes are doing a great job in the classroom. I'm also looking forward to inviting our alumni home for homecoming next month. In closing, and to borrow from Russell Conwell, our acres of diamonds aren't somewhere else to be discovered. They're right here, right now. I want to thank all of you again for everything you do for our students, for our patients, for our neighbors, for everyone who we serve. You are the faces of Temple University. I am so proud to be your colleague. Finally, I want to ask all of you, and all of us, continue to fulfill and further Conwell's vision. Continue the great work of this university. Continue to aim high. Thank you for making our students and alumni proud to be Temple Owls. Thank you for everything you do. We love you all.